Andrew, just I hand over to you to comment on what the general mood was and what
well,
you think about it.
I think the just to set the scene a little bit, if we look in most businesses and organisations, public, private, any industry, you will say that despite making early good progress in terms of female representation at the intern level, early graduate and early levels, the family years usually result in quite a steep decline in female representation, i.e. in the parental years. And normally people from the surface would say, well, that's understandable because of X. And then Liz has led this work at the Human Rights Commission to look at the issue of parental pregnancy and return to work and the issues. And really, this is an example of some of the things I've learned. Domestic violence is another one, and others from Liz. There's no comfortable conversation with Liz. She always gives you both barrels and you think, oh gosh. In this area, to give you an indication, prevalence survey N equals 2,000 for these management accountants. There's 2,000 people who responded, and many of whom, 400, Liz, more, were interviewed one-on-one. And basically the findings, this is the report from the Commission. You can download it, I think, or get it from the Human Rights Commission. 1 in 2, 49% to be accurate, of women experience discrimination at the point of either advising that they were pregnant and planning parental leave, at going on parental leave, or upon return. 49%. Of those 49%, 1 out of 10 made a formal complaint about that discrimination. 1 out of 10, so 9 didn't. And in the case of those people, 25% said that they were either fired, made redundant, otherwise restructured, or debanded, reduced in seniority because of their parental leave decision. And if that isn't alarming enough to you, then there were numerous cases where people were either required or strongly encouraged to terminate the pregnancy to preserve their employment. Now, that's not the real story. While that is shocking, there's only been, I think, 1 or 2 articles written about this report, and I just want to read you one paragraph out of one of those articles, which was written by a woman. Here it is, I'll quote. "Who stays back to deal with that urgent order when the young mother races off to pick up her child from daycare? Who comes into work to serve the coffees when the pregnant woman rings in sick?" I mean, who comes in to serve the coffee? I mean, the whole thing is completely wrong. The point I think is, and I'd ask you this, I know you're meant to be asking us, but I'd ask you this, what level of discrimination are you comfortable with in this issue? You think that 1 in 2 is okay? Because I don't. I think that's appalling. I think it's a disgrace for this nation. So my question really to you is, where is the outrage on this issue? And if we have made, and we have, substantial progress on this issue because of the activism of women and increasingly of advocates and champions, men, interestingly, 25% of men who have taken the daddy leave were also suffered some level of discrimination. So instead of arguing about what is and what isn't discrimination, why aren't we shining the light on this? Because you know what? We are all, you and me, we are bystanders on this issue. So my question to do is, are you comfortable at 50%? Are you comfortable at 50%? At 25% people who were restructured or fired? And by the way, the economic case that Cassandra referred to earlier is 22% of those women never return to the workforce, 22%. Right at this point, which all the logic says, gee, we've got a problem with this point in the parental years, How on earth are we going to solve this? Those of us who are serious in our companies to say, how are we going to solve it? Well, this actually, believe it or not, is a gift, this report, because it says, you know what, there's something going on here that is hidden and it's well behind the asbestos that Liz has talked about. But that's my question to you is, are you comfortable at 50% discrimination? Are you comfortable at 25% being demoted or fired? Are you comfortable at 22% of women leaving the workforce? And are you comfortable at 25% of men? Is that okay? Because if it is, then there's justifiably no outrage. It's okay. We're all right. But I'm not happy with that. Are you? That's my question.